Hello, I am Jenny. Today, I will talk about how you can learn English in a fun and easy way. If traditional methods are difficult for you, don't worry. This podcast will show you new ways to make learning English enjoyable and useful. English is more than a language. It is a tool that can help you find new opportunities, make friends, and explore the world. Learning English is like going on an adventure to new places. Many people try to learn by memorizing long lists of words or struggling with grammar rules. But today, I will share some simple and fun techniques to help you learn faster. These methods are great for beginners and anyone looking for a fresh approach. Lesson 1. Learning through short stories. Stories are fun and magical. They take us to new places, introduce us to new people, and teach us lessons. Stories can also help you learn English in a fun way. They help you remember words and understand grammar naturally. When you read or listen to a story, you don't just learn words, you feel them. Start with simple stories. Begin with short and easy stories, like children's books or fairy tales. These are simple and fun to read. You can also try writing your own short stories using the words you have learned. For example, once upon a time, there was a bird who wanted to fly to the moon. Make learning fun. Learning doesn't have to be boring. You can make it fun with these ideas. Jokes are short and easy. For example, why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. Laughing while learning helps you remember better. Create a story, one sentence at a time. Start a story with a sentence like, "There was a boy," and keep adding more sentences. This is fun to do with a friend. Watch story videos. Watch videos in English that tell stories. This helps you hear how sentences are spoken and how words flow together. How stories help you learn. When you learn through stories, you connect emotionally with the language. For example, when you read about a kind character, words like kind, help, or care will stick in your mind because you feel those emotions. How to use stories every day. Here's how you can include stories in your daily routine. Spend 5 minutes every day reading or listening to a story. Write a short story or a summary of what you read. By learning through stories, you will improve your English in a fun and easy way. Lesson 2. The power of learning with pictures. When you think of learning English, do you memorize long lists of words? Let's change that. Learning English can be fun and easy with pictures and videos. This method is called photographic memorization. Using images helps you remember words better because your brain loves pictures more than text. We often remember faces and photos faster than written words. Why pictures help? Pictures make learning easier and more interesting. When you use pictures, your brain connects the image to the word, making it easier to remember. This way, learning English becomes fun and creative. How to learn with pictures. Use flashcards with pictures. Create flashcards for new words. Instead of writing the meaning, use a picture. For example, for the word chair, draw or print a picture of a chair. Each time you see the picture, it will help you remember the word. Watch English videos with visuals. Watch videos that show pictures or animations to explain words. Seeing the words in action helps you understand and remember them better. Make mind maps. A mind map is a fun way to connect ideas using pictures. Start with a word like food. Then draw lines connecting it to words like pizza, fruit, or salad. Seeing these connections will help you remember the words easily. Draw simple pictures. Don't worry if you're not good at drawing. Simple stick figures or shapes can help. For example, draw a sun for the word bright. Draw a tree for the word green. Even small drawings can make words stick in your mind. Use visual cues around you. Look around you. The world is full of pictures that can help you learn English. For example, when you see a stop sign, think of the word stop. When you see a bus, think of the word bus. Start learning with pictures today. Using pictures and videos makes learning English fun and easy. Try these tips, and you'll remember words faster. Enjoy the process and have fun with your new way of learning. Lesson 3. Learning English through activity and movement. Learning English doesn't have to be boring or just about reading from books. You can make learning fun and memorable by connecting words to actions. When you move and speak at the same time, your brain makes stronger connections between the word and its meaning. This way, you remember words better and learn faster. Why movement helps learning? Movement helps because it involves both your mind and body. The more senses you use while learning, the better you remember things. For example, when you see someone wave, you understand the action of waving because your brain connects the movement to the word. The same thing happens when you act out words while learning English. Your brain connects the action to the word and helps you recall it when you need to use it. Ways to learn English with movement. Here are some fun and easy ways to use movement while learning English. Act out verbs. To remember them, you can act them out while saying the word. This helps your brain make a strong connection between the word and the action. Clap. Say clap while clapping your hands. Run. Say run while running in place. Acting out verbs helps you understand their meaning and makes them stick in your memory. You are not just saying the word. You are showing the meaning through your body. Use gestures for words or phrases. You can create simple hand gestures or body movements to represent different words. This is especially useful for adjectives or nouns. Round. Make a circular motion with your hand to show something is round. Hungry. Pretend to eat food and say, hungry. Simple gestures or motions that represent words help you learn and remember those words in a fun way. Role-playing conversations. Role-playing conversations. Role-playing is a great way to practice English in everyday situations. By acting out real-life conversations, you will feel more comfortable using the language. Ordering food. Pretend you are at a restaurant. As the customer, say, "I'd like a sandwich, please." Then, pretend to be the waiter and respond with, "Sure. What kind of sandwich would you like?" This helps you practice both asking and answering questions in a realistic setting. Name things around you. Another way to use movement is by naming the things you see around you. Go on a walk or look around your house and start naming things in English. This helps you remember words by connecting them to real objects. Practice while doing daily activities. You can practice English while doing your daily chores. For example, when you cook, clean, or exercise, say what you are doing in English. Cooking. Say, "I am cutting vegetables." Using English while doing your daily tasks helps you practice without needing to study separately. Plus, it makes learning feel natural and easy. How movement helped him learn faster. John was a student who hated sitting still to study English. He found it hard to remember words just by reading from a book. One day, he decided to try something different. Instead of just reading, he started acting out the words he was learning. For example, he would act out run by running in place, sit by sitting down, and open by pretending to open a door. John even danced while repeating phrases like, "Let's go." He noticed that by moving his body while speaking, the words became easier to remember. After a month, John was able to recall new words much faster. He said, "Learning through actions feels natural. It's like playing a game." How to make movement a daily habit. Here's how you can start using movement to learn English every day. Spend just 5 minutes every day acting out words or phrases. You can practice 5 new words every day by imitating the actions and saying the words aloud. For example, act out run, jump, and eat while saying the words. Use movement to learn sentences. For example, pretend to write and say, "I am writing a letter." Pretend to eat and say, "I am eating lunch." This helps you practice speaking complete sentences while moving your body. Why learning with movement is so effective. When you combine speaking, thinking, and moving, you create stronger connections. This helps you understand and remember words more easily. Plus, it makes learning feel like a game, which is much more enjoyable. Start practicing today by acting out verbs, creating gestures, and using movement during daily tasks. The more you move, the easier it will be to remember the words and use them confidently. Lesson 4. Staying curious and creative. Learning English is not just about reaching a goal. it's also about enjoying the process. The journey of learning can be fun and exciting if you stay curious and creative. Curiosity and creativity are important because they make learning feel like an adventure instead of a task. In this chapter, we'll explore how to stay curious and creative while learning English, and how these two things can help you keep moving forward in your learning. Stay curious. Curiosity is a strong tool in learning. When you are curious, you are always asking questions and looking for answers. This keeps your mind open to new ideas and helps you enjoy learning English. When you are curious, learning never feels like a boring job or a chore. How to stay curious. Here are some easy ways to stay curious while learning English. Ask questions. Always ask questions like why, what, or how. This helps you understand English better. For example, you can ask, why do we say a before some words and an before others? Or, what does idiom mean? These questions help you learn important details that make your understanding of English stronger. Learn through things you love. Find topics that interest you, and learn English through those. If you love cooking, for example, you can watch cooking shows in English or read English recipes. If you love sports, you can read sports news in English or watch games in English. Learning through something fun helps you stay excited. Set small goals. Break your learning into small steps. For example, you can set a goal to learn 10 new words in a week, or write a short story using only those 10 words. Setting small challenges keeps you motivated and gives you a sense of achievement. Switch learning methods. If you feel bored with one way of learning, try something different. If reading books feels slow or hard, try listening to audiobooks or watching English videos. Switching things up keeps your learning fresh and fun. Be creative with learning. Creativity makes learning more enjoyable and helps you remember words and phrases better. Using your creativity will help you connect English to things that are important to you. Here are some ways to be creative while learning. Tell stories. Jenny was struggling with learning English at first. But then, she found out she loved storytelling. She started writing short stories about her day in simple English. She would write about things like what she did, where she went, and who she met. Over time, her vocabulary grew, and she felt more confident using new words. Writing short stories helped her practice English in a fun way. Have fun with learning. Jenny says, when you do something you love, learning becomes easy. This is true for everyone. Learning English can feel difficult if you only focus on rules or textbooks. But if you add creativity and fun to it, learning becomes enjoyable. Try making up your own short stories, poems, or even jokes in English. This creative practice helps you remember words and structures naturally. Practice consistently. Curiosity and creativity work best when you practice them every day. Learning a little bit every day helps you get better, faster, and keeps you motivated. dedicate at least 5 to 10 minutes each day to learning English. Even small amounts of time can make a big difference in the long run. Lesson 5. Creative writing as a new approach. Learning English through writing can be fun and exciting. Writing doesn't have to be hard or boring. In fact, creative writing is a great way to learn English. When you write creatively, you can use your imagination to make the language your own. Writing is not only about grammar rules, but also about how you feel and what you want to say. It's like going on a journey, and each word you write brings you closer to speaking English fluently. Start small with simple sentences. If you are new to writing, you don't have to write long stories or essays. Start with simple sentences. For example, I woke up at 7 a.m. I ate breakfast with my family. I watched a video on English 5 days. You can also look around you and describe what you see. Writing simple sentences is a good way to begin. Fun ways to practice writing. Here are some fun ways to practice creative writing. Write a short story. Start a story with a fun sentence, like, once upon a time, there was a dog who loved to read books. Share your writing and get feedback. To improve your writing, it's helpful to share it with others and get feedback. You can ask a friend or teacher to read what you wrote. Post your writing in a group or online and ask for suggestions. Emma was a beginner in English. She started writing short stories about her daily life. At first, her sentences were simple like, I go to school. I eat lunch. But as Emma kept writing, her vocabulary grew, and her sentences became longer and more detailed. I go to school every morning. I eat lunch with my best friends. Emma said, writing helped me think in English and express myself better. How to include creative writing in your routine. Here's how you can make creative writing a part of your daily routine. Write for 5 minutes every day. Spend 5 minutes each day writing something new, like a short story, a description, or even a single sentence. It doesn't have to be long or perfect. Just write. Challenge yourself to use at least one new word in your writing every day. This will help you learn more words and become more confident. Review your writing. After 1 week, look back at what you wrote and try to make it better. You can add more details, use new words, or correct any mistakes. Creative writing is a fun way to learn English. It helps you practice new words, understand grammar, and express yourself. Start with simple sentences. Challenge yourself and try to write something new every day. With practice, you will improve and enjoy learning English even more. Lesson 6. Learning English by watching and listening. You don't need textbooks and grammar rules to learn English. One of the best ways to learn is by watching how people use English in real life. Watching people talk, move, and interact can teach you more than memorizing rules. Think about how babies learn their first language. They don't use grammar books. They watch and listen to the people around them. You can do the same. By observing, you will learn the rhythm, tone, and flow of English without even realizing it. Words in different situations. Notice how people greet each other. They might say, "Hi," "Hello," "Good morning." Tone of voice. Pay attention to how their voice changes. When asking a question, their tone often goes up. For example, "How are you?" Gestures and facial expressions. English speakers often use their hands and face to show meaning. Watch how they move when they speak. Simple sentences. Listen to how they put words together. For example, "I want to go home." You can learn sentence patterns just by listening. Techniques for learning by watching. Start with slow videos. Watch videos where people speak slowly and clearly. Use subtitles to follow along. Repeat what you hear. Pause the video and repeat the sentences. This will help you practice speaking. Watch simple conversations. Watch movies or TV shows with simple conversations. This will help you understand everyday English. By observing and listening, you can learn English in a natural way. Watching how people speak in different situations can help you understand not only the words, but also how to express yourself naturally. Listen and repeat. Listening and repeating is a powerful technique. When you hear a sentence, pause and repeat it exactly as you heard it. Try to copy not just the words, but also the tone and rhythm. For example, if someone says, "Can I have pizza?" repeat it with the same tone and speed. This will help you sound more natural when you speak English. Practice anywhere. You don't need to travel to an English-speaking country to practice. You can observe English speakers from home, watch interviews, or talk shows online. These often feature everyday conversations. Listen to English-speaking tourists if you meet them. Pay attention to how they speak and interact. Even if you can't speak with them directly, listening is a great way to improve your understanding of the language. A shy student who learned through observation. John was a shy student who struggled with English. He found it difficult to speak and felt nervous in conversations. One day, he decided to try a new method. He spent 15 minutes every day watching English conversations online. He focused on interviews and simple videos where people spoke clearly. John didn't just watch, he repeated what he heard. Slowly, he began picking up new phrases and learning how to use the correct tone. Over time, John felt more confident. He started speaking English at work and even in meetings. Now, John can communicate clearly and confidently. His advice: I learned by watching and repeating. How to start observing and practicing. If you want to improve your English through observation, follow these simple steps. Spend 10 minutes each day watching a simple English video. Choose videos where people speak slowly and clearly. Write down 2 phrases or sentences that you find interesting or useful. For example, you might write, "How are you today?" or "Can I help you?" Practice saying these phrases in front of a mirror. Focus on your pronunciation and try to copy the speaker's tone and expression. Why observation works. Observation helps you learn English naturally, just like children learn their first language. By watching and listening, you can pick up the rhythm, tone, and flow of the language without focusing too much on grammar rules. This method makes learning fun and helps you feel more confident when speaking. What to look for when observing English speakers. Word choice. Notice the words people use in different situations. For example, how they greet someone or order food. Tone and intonation. Listen to how their voice goes up or down, especially when asking questions. Body language. Pay attention to gestures and facial expressions. English speakers often use their hands and face to emphasize their meaning. Sentence structure. Notice how they put words together. Even simple sentences like, "I like coffee," can teach you important patterns. Make it part of your routine. Observation works best when it becomes a habit. Try to include it in your daily routine. Watch something in English every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Over time, you'll notice improvements in your speaking and listening skills. Learning English doesn't have to feel like work. By watching, listening, and repeating, you can make it fun and enjoyable. Start today and take small steps every day. You'll be surprised at how much you can learn. Here are some ideas for how to practice every day. Change your phone language. Change the language on your phone to English. This small step will help you see and learn English words every day. You will get used to common words and phrases. Talk to yourself. Practice speaking English by talking to yourself. You can talk about your day. For example, you can say, "Now, I am learning English. I want to write a letter." Speaking out loud will help you feel more confident. Listen to English music or podcasts while doing something else. This helps you get used to the sounds and rhythm of the language. Even small efforts add up over time. The key to success is to keep practicing and stay curious about how English works. Learning English is not only about memorizing rules or following a strict study plan. It's about staying curious and creative. Curiosity helps you ask questions and find new ways to learn. Creativity makes learning fun and connects English to things you enjoy. Learning English in a new way is about being open to different possibilities, enjoying the journey, and making the process exciting and fun. Keep your curiosity alive, stay creative, and enjoy the adventure of learning English.